ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second guitar lesson, which will be about guitar tapping. But yet again, I just can't start this guitar lesson video before answering some of your questions. And the first one was that there were some guys using a 6-string guitar. They were like 1, 2, 5, 6, everybody. So I will bring in my V-shaped motherfucking heavy metal guitar, which has 6 strings, next week. And I will explain it one more time for the guys using a 6-string guitar. So as you can see, this is a 7-string guitar. For the guys using a 6-string, just don't look at this one. Just don't. Because we're just set as a regular drop a 6-string guitar, starting from the top, just A, E, A, blah, blah, blah. And we just added a high E. Just don't look at it and just start from top to the bottom to the 6th string. Second question was that people complain about the previous video being a bit complicated to follow. So what I'm going to do right now is add some taps and break it down a bit more, just showing the frets and playing it a little bit more slowly so it will be easier to follow. So the first tapping lick of tonight will start off at our B string. So for the guitarists who don't play gent and don't have a 7-string guitar, it will start off at your lowest string. So the way I tap my strings, I usually take my middle finger because I fucking hate you guys and want your house to be burned down in the middle of the night. But it's the most strongest finger, and it's also easy if I sweep or if I play notes. I can easily tap some notes in between instead of holding my pick and then separately tapping. Once you eventually found the finger you're gonna use for tapping, will be tapping the note you want on your string pretty hard. And just bend it off a bit, slide it off a bit. Because if you just tap it, it will sound a bit rubbish like this. But when you pull it off a bit, you're gonna have a more cleaner note. But not too much, because otherwise you'll have your note bended and it will sound rubbish. So we'll start off by putting our index finger on the 10th fret of the B string and tapping the 17th fret on the same string. And when we got that, we hammer on the 13th fret on the same string. So it will sound a bit like this. So when we master the first lick, I'm gonna step things up a bit. We'll be tapping on 2 strings at the same time. So the second lick is a tapping lick from our song Heartburn, which start at our second to last string, the F sharp, tapping on the 13th fret and have your index finger placed at the 5th fret. It will sound like this. Afterwards you're gonna hammer on, I know it's a big stretch, on the 10th fret on the same string. The second part of our tapping lick is on the low E string, and we'll be starting to tap our 12th fret while holding the 5th. Afterwards you're gonna hammer on the 7th fret. While playing this tapping lick, we'll place a barré on both B and E string on the 5th fret. When you master both parts of the tapping lick, we'll join them together and repeat them. Now that we're able to tap on multiple strings, I will yet again involve my aim lick, which will be the tapping of King of Misery. Before we start this lick, we're going to start by putting a barré on our 10th fret on the B and E string. So yet again we start off at our E string, tapping the 17th fret while holding the barré on both B and E string on the 10th fret. Afterwards we're going to hammer on the 13th fret on the same string. But now it gets tricky because we're gonna shift one string up and tap the 15th fret, but then let it go again. So now we're gonna have, after tapping the 15th fret, you're gonna ring out the 10th fret on your B string, and you'll be tapping the 13th fret on the E string, so one down. You're gonna have this. So when you hammered on the 13th fret back on the E string, we're gonna yet to get return to our B string, so one up, and tap the 17th fret and let go. Then we're gonna yet again tap 17 while sliding to 18, back to 17 again and let go. So you're gonna have this. To continue this lick, we're gonna head back to the E string, tapping the 13th fret with your middle finger and let go. Afterwards, you're gonna tap the same note but with your ring finger. So you're gonna have this. Then it's just a slide from 15 to 17 with your middle finger. You're gonna repeat that same sequence. But then instead of going back to this one, we're gonna play this, which will be at the 20th fret on the E string, tapping it, let go, while holding the 13th fret on that same string. And then we're gonna slide from 20 to 22. It sounds like this. So here's that tapping lick played slow. Mind you guys, you might be using palm muting to prevent the strings from ringing. The second part played slow. Mind you guys, the second time we play this lick, we're not gonna be sliding from 20 to 22 anymore, but we're gonna be sliding from 18 to 20. When you speed things up a bit, you'll have the intro of King of Misery. Thank you guys for watching this second guitar lesson video about tappings. I might suggest that you take the tabs that I put in my Facebook post as well in the YouTube description. You put it next to you while watching this video, it will make practicing more easy. Yet again, I hope I was of great use, and next week we'll check in for alternate pickings, so we're gonna have a lot of speeds next week. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep shredding.